Hi, I'm Becca and welcome to my channel. Today I'm just going to talk to you about what's going on in my little world and my part of the world, and what I've been getting up to and plans that I've got for a video that's coming up. So I'll talk to you about what I've been doing outside of my studio first. As I've mentioned before in a previous video, I'm trying to grow our own food. So we've been basically working out in the garden pretty much every day when it's not been raining, that is. We've got lots of projects that are going on. My husband's doing all the raised beds, and I'm doing the seeds and the planting and the weeding and all that stuff that comes along with having your own garden and you wanting to get it into shape. There's still a long way to go, but we are getting there. It is starting to look a little bit more like a nice garden that you want to spend time in. The soil, unfortunately, because I've not been able to work the earth as much as I would have liked to over the past few years, it's gone very hard and clayey, so we're having to fight a battle with the soil at the moment. So we're having to get quite a bit of good quality compost to mix in with it, just so that it gets it back to a good condition. I've also been making, sorry, my nose is, I've got hay fever at the moment. The pollen is really high and it's getting to me. So if I keep doing this, I'm sorry, I don't mean to. So I've been collecting pot bottles, like the big 2 litre pot bottles, and milk cartons or jugs, whatever you call them, from whichever part of the world you are. And with the bottles, I've been doing some vertical growing pots. What I'll do is I'll put some pictures on once I've finished talking, so you can see what I'm talking about. I've got 2 different types. I've got some that are going along the fence, and the sort of like the stagger coming down, so that you can have more growing room within your garden, because you've got that vertical space as well as your horizontal on the floor. And then some of the other bottles I've made like these hangers for a big rail thing that we've got outside. So I'm going to be having vertical growing that way as well as hanging baskets and things like that. So it's all inspiration that I've got off a YouTube video. So I'll show you what I've got done so far with some pictures, and then you'll be able to see whether it's something that you'd want to do in your own garden. So that's been my crafty time the past few weeks, simply because I've just had to be out there and get it all set up. I'm hoping once everything's in the beds that I'll be able to get more time to actually craft with pleasure. I'm doing my videos and everything, but on an evening I'm just so tired. I've just not got the energy left to do anything, because I've been trying to get everything done in the garden with my husband, as well as homeschooling our son. So yeah, days have been pretty busy, and we're wanting to start canning our own food as well. I can't remember if I put that in the last video. So we're collecting all our jars and things together to get ready to be able to do that. And I've got some nice new cookbooks that's got some really good recipes in, so I'm going to be having a go with some of them. I'm going to try some apple cider butter, which I have never heard of before. And then I asked my friend who was in America, and she told me what it was, and I've got to try it. So I've got 2 different recipes, so I don't know whether if I'll just merge them both together or whether if I'll do them separate, see what they're like. They're very, very similar. I think it's like the amounts of things to ratios the spices or whatever that goes in it. I'm not clever enough to figure that bit out, so I'll just probably follow it to the note. But yeah, so that's what I've been sort of doing in my downtime, really. Sort of researching, canning and growing our own food, and being able to become more self-sufficient as much as we can. Because I think in this day and age, it's hard to not be able to need certain things, like the internet and everything all like that. So I'm just trying to be able to get self-sufficient, I would say, in the areas that we can. So that's a plan anyway. So now I've rambled on about that for about 5 minutes. What else I'm going to talk to you about? Oh, the chickens. The chickens are settling in really well. They're getting more used to having cuddles and things like that. The smallest one, Amelia, she's I've got some trouble with the her wings. Some of the feathers have broken off towards the outside of her wing. I don't know whether if it's happened before we've got it or she's done it to herself. But there's not been any loose feathers on the ground. So, but one I've looked up on the internet is something if she is picking them off herself, it's something to do with a calcium or a protein, and she's trying to get it from her own feathers. Even though that she's getting every, like food that she should be getting, and plus she's getting regular access to fresh flowers and grass, and the grit and everything that they're supposed to have. Or it could be the other chickens that are trying to get her used to that she's at the bottom of the pecking order, which I hope it's not that. I hope it's a case that her wings are going to be fine. But she's the tiniest, so I think she's my favourite at the moment because she'll actually come and have a snuggle into my arm. They always make quite a bit of a row when I pick them up to start with, but once they're in, she proper sort of like snuggles down and she'll put her head onto my arm and she'll stand there and she'll make her little noises that she does. I've got some bits of video on my phone and I'll put those on as well for you to have a look. The chicken coop, it's not fully painted yet because we've just not had the time. And then when we've not been doing the garden because of the rain, we've been inside because we've not been able to be outside doing stuff. So it is on my list of things to do that seems to be never ending. But I think that's what everybody's lives are like. You've always got a list that you're constantly working on, the things that you've got to get done. So yeah, I do need to get more craft time in because I think mental health wise, I need it. It sort of keeps my brain focused. If I've got something to concentrate on that's not of what I'd say is the real world, that sort of thing, it's my way of keeping myself sane. And I think because I've not been doing this sort of crafting, I think my mind has wandered quite a bit because I've been out in the garden and I've been enjoying the fresh air and the birds and all that sort of thing. But I think because I've not been focusing on the same sort of detailed type stuff as what I do when I'm in here, your mind can wander a bit. So I think if I can keep my hands busy, it keeps my head busy. I think I heard that phrase from Kate on The Last Homely House. I think that's what she says. But it's basically what I've always done. If I keep myself busy, then my head sort of stays a bit clearer. So that's my advice. If you've ever got anything that's preying on your mind and you just want to stop thinking about it, just keep doing something with your hands, even if it's just cleaning or whatever. But crafting's more fun. Then just get doing something. I've enjoyed putting the seeds in and watching what's coming out, and I've been taking daily pictures so I know like how much they've grown over in the few days in between they've been planted or whatever. So yeah, that's just my busyness at the moment. I am hoping that, like I said, I'm hoping to get a bit more time in my studio, but at the moment there's just lots of things for me to go on with. But like I said, I'll put some pictures or a little video on of the bottle things that I was talking to you about, and if anybody wants to know how I've done them, just comment in the comment section, and then I'll do a quick video showing you how to do it. There's not really much in it for me to be able to do like a real long video. So if you're wanting just a quick video for me to show you how to do them, I'll be happy to do that for you. And the milk bottles, that's what I was going to tell you. The milk bottles are what we're using to make tiles for our chicken coop on the roof. We've done one side of it and the other side needs doing. We needed more tiles than I thought we would have done. But I've basically been cutting out the biggest part of the milk carton, and we've made it into roofing tiles and we've sort of layered them over, and it's working a treat. It's like 3 tiles for our chicken coop, so which is really, really good because I like reusing things. What else have I got to talk to you about? The next video that I'm thinking of doing is using moulds, and I'm wanting to make some like little cabochons using my cutters and moulds, and then I will do a follow-up video making jewellery with those cabochons, I think. This is what's going on in my head anyway at the moment, because while I've been out in the garden, I'm thinking of all the other things that I need to be doing. But yeah, I've got quite a few moulds, and I think they're sitting in a box and they need to be used because they keep shouting to me, "Let me out!" So I said that my stuff talks to me. I think I am going a bit bonkers. But never mind anyway. So, yeah, I hope you've just liked hearing about what's going on in my little world, and I hope you enjoy the videos and clips or whatever we put on after I've finished talking. Okay, Big Mama. No, you're Big Mama. I'm Henrietta. No, you're Amelia. You're Big Mama. And that is Henrietta at the end, I think. No, that one's Henrietta. Is that one? Oh, you're Raven. Can't see your tags. Jemima and Rasputia. Please don't pull on me. Hello. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up, that'd be appreciated. And if you've not subscribed, consider subscribing, that'd be appreciated too. So thanks for watching, I'll see you next time. Bye.